Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? It's Thursday, about 11:51 p.m. And I'm going to focus a little bit more in this video on one of the dreams I had in particular, maybe at least two of them, that it's kind of stuck with me a little bit. Um, Maybe in three videos, three dreams. So, um, I've had probably about at least, I'd say, a quarter of my dreams, if not a fifth, have something directly to do with school or college kind of environment. Maybe at least a fourth. It's a pretty common theme in a lot of my dreams. So, um, in one particular dream, uh, I was in some kind of school, and of course I wasn't sure if I was really taking classes or if I was just exploring, or yeah. So, um, but the school is mostly wood. A lot of wood desks, or uh, wood and um, the tan, harder kind of material. It's not wood, but it's something kind of hard. I'm not sure what exactly, but the old-fashioned desks, that from the mid 1900s, United States, I guess. Not metal, but something kind of hard, some material like that. But most of the material that made up all the furnishings, furniture, and the school itself, the building was all wood. It was kind of painted, not painted, but it was slightly different colors. Wood, it's kind of hard to explain, but like some wood was, there's a lot of tans and browns, so there's a lot of reds and greens and more kind of earthy tones. Reds and greens, a little bit of blue, gray, or blue, whatever, but kind of a muted blue. Everything was kind of um, uh, khakis and olive green, kind of, but the whole school was looked like that. And the funny thing was is that there wasn't really a whole lot of light. I mean, it was some, but it was as the dream progressed. I think I was getting toward evening or something, and I went through a few days at least a few days in this dream. But I suppose the place I was living at was nearby or something. This was the weird part. So I can explain more about the school, and it's kind of different, I guess. I don't know, but there was this big, long house of some sort, but there were a lot of. It's almost like a. No, it seemed like a dormitory, but it was almost like a boarding house. I don't. Not a boarding house. Whatever it was. It was. There were a bunch of people in there. I think it was both girls and boys, but in different areas. I don't know. But it was. We each had our own bed, and I don't know. We didn't have a whole lot of space. We had a little space underneath our bed or something for our school stuff. It was weird. I mean, I don't know. A lot. It was like a mixed crowd. It was like mixes of little kids and to college age. We had like one TV for the big house we were in. It was a kind of long house. Again, it was wood. It was all very wood, and it was kind of just scattered and I don't know, people going here and there, and it wasn't a lot of space again. Um, so yeah, it's kind of different. Um, anyway, make of it what you will. I I guess it's kind of like, one of the first memories you tend to have of school, more or less, is the look and the feel and smell of the number two pencil. You know, I still remember. I I never did this, but some kids eating glue, smelling that stuff, and so chewing erasers and the smell, the taste of that stuff. There's, I think in my dreams, I know that a lot of people say they can't smell or taste in dreams, but actually I think I can. I can feel a little bit, smell a little bit. It's interesting. I don't know. Anyway, so maybe I don't know. The brain's interesting that way. So another dream I had. This is a little different. More of a work dream. And so one of the jobs I had when I was younger, I've had a few jobs like this, but one time it was a custodian, it was janitor type job, so it wasn't fun at all. But you had to be very, I mentioned, that I worked for a company that was contracted to clean city buildings, city government buildings, and it had to be, everything was very exacting, just you have to do things just so, or you get in trouble, and I don't know. So, I've had a few dreams like that, but basically, so in this dream, I remember, I was going to this building because I had to clean it with some other people. I was going to meet some people there to clean it, and you take out the garbage and everything, and clean bathrooms and all that stuff. So I got there, and there was like a blonde lady, and there was a Hispanic lady, and I think there was a younger guy I was with, and we were cleaning a huge building, 4 of us. It's huge, but there are always different rooms that we had to clean, and a big list of different rooms, and some numbers of rooms are like 11 and 3/4, and 12 and 9/8. I don't know. It was kind of like a Harry Potter thing, and so funny angles, some of them, and like it was complicated enough that I wasn't sure if I was doing everything right, and yeah, and when when you're dreaming, you're not really sure that you're dreaming. You think it's kind of real. So I can't remember anything bad happening. I just remember it taking a bit, and then kept wondering, oh man, we're taking too long. We're taking too long cleaning this building. Because this other job I had, I kind of watched how long it took to clean certain buildings. And so anyway, it was kind of a little stressful. So, but I guess the funny thing was in this second dream, a lot of the inside of the building was white and with some light blues and black trim and stuff, and white or black lettering or black numbers over the window. Oh, it's almost like a residence, but for some places, but or like a hotel or something. Anyway, so so yeah, I think there was some other kind of similar dreams like that. But again, getting back to that, wood, everything was wooden or some kind of muted painted color. There was a certain mood to some of the. I'll put it this way. I think I know where I'm going here. So, some of you guys have heard this haunted painting, The Hands That Resist Him. I can't remember who the painter was, the artist, but I guess it might have been a movie that was being made, or it was kind of, I've heard of it being made on Facebook, but nothing really came of it, I don't think, at least not yet. I don't know, there was a trailer that was made, but I haven't heard anything. It's kind of stuck in pre-production or something. I don't know. Trying to raise money still or something. I don't know. Anyway, but the painting itself is kind of interesting because I mentioned all these, wood or muted different colors that were kind of wood, earthy tone, whatever colors. In the stream I had, and it had a certain feel about it that was kind of, I wouldn't say mysterious, but it wasn't dreary or depressing. It was something kind of comforting, a little bit rustic, and not really rustic. It's kind of a you might say like an orphanage, but no, it was kind of just different. I don't know, it's a little bit scattered maybe, but then sometimes yeah, this painting, this boy is outside of a building with there's a window inside this building, and there are these hands that are up against the window, but you can't really see too well inside the window. It's dark. You can only see little glimpses of what would look like to be people or something. And there's a little doll-like girl that's holding the boy's hand, and she's holding something. Not sure what. Look at kind of I don't know. Anyway, the girl herself doesn't really have regular eyes. She has just little black holes for eyes, and she has a pouting, not really pouting, but she has kind of a. She has she looks like a girl, but again, those black eyes, black holes for eyes are very offsetting. Kind of, what's going on? Some kind of evil kid or something. But she has kind of a frown. It's kind of like a pouting frown. The boy, though, looks really, really intense. Like, well, whatever's going on with him, he looks mad. Looks really kind of mad or intense, looking directly out at the painting, just looking right at you, and kind of a big forehead boy. Again, he's holding the hand of the little girl. So, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's some stories of things happening with this painting. And the way this painting is kind of reminded me a little bit of my dream at school, the school dream. Some of the tones of the wood and the cement and other things. Just to give you an idea. So, not really. It has a mysterious quality about it, but I can't put my finger on it. That's what makes it so intriguing. I wasn't really sure how I felt about the dream. It was kind of, was it supposed to be doing working? It's kind of yeah, but I don't know. It was kind of a little bit mixed kind of feeling. Anyway, leave me your thoughts and comments below. I'll catch you guys later.